It is a game, a best of 5, so maybe you're right. Maybe we are going to see some quote-unquote spicy picks.
Yeah, very sure of that. Ravana gets banned right away.
First ban, I called it, man. You can't let Adapting have that Robin.
And there's the Fafnir answer here. The NRG has been banning it all tournament long, and Fafnir also being one of Carlos's comfort picks, something that he always goes back to. Pretty sure NRG feel good about taking that away from him.
NRG now left in the debate as to understanding either Ullr, AMC, Colin, Raijin. Those are all heavily contested picks in this current meta because of what they can bring for the mid lane pressure and introducing that towards solo lane, since both of these teams know just how crucial it is to place that pressure around those starting buffs.
We got a Sylvanas ban coming out here. We actually haven't seen NRG play Sylvanas. Oh no, we have. We've seen him play Sylvanas once.
Yeah, usually goes to IREFer in the long lane, looking for the outpush onto the other Guardian in that lane. And I think so far, from what we've seen, it is a lot of comfort bans, a lot of bans that are actually directed towards the other team, not unlike the rest of the tournament where we have seen the prominent characters such as Ullr and Amuzenka banned right away. Might happen here, though.
I mean, we have seen Ullr get through and seen him steal a Gold Fury with just one shot of a 3, so he is probably not going to make it through.
Probably not. We'll see, though. NRG actually taking a lot of bank time here, deciding on this last ban. This last ban decides a lot what's going to be happening with the first pick here. They have to decide very carefully what they want to give up to Rival here.
And it's a Raijin ban.
Raijin.
The crowd seems to be in favor of that. Raijin has been, I think, 100% pick and ban right now.
He's been absolutely amazing. I think that is, yeah, that's true. And Hunters should be open now. It is Amuzenka on the table, such as well as Ullr.
Man, that's what we keep seeing now.
This could potentially be heavily in NRG's favor, though, because whatever Rival opts for here, they're hovering the Osiris. NRG could potentially look with a response of Ullr Kakolin. Those are two picks that NRG has liked playing in the past, Adapting at least with the Kakolin. And then Emilito, I mean, he was one of the first Hunters to really start bringing Ullr into the light.
We got Osiris most likely going to Deathwalker, and we saw him on that before in game number 2. That game number 2 was a little rough, though, but I wouldn't fall that into Deathwalkers.
Yeah, he actually loves Osiris. I know, like, playing against him, maybe stuff like that. He's very strong on this character. He's a comfort pick for sure. And it seems that Rival altogether valued highly. Doing this, however, gives NRG the option to pick both Ullr and Amuzenka if they were to go for the choice. Now, NRG needs to be careful here.
Would they go double Hunter? Oh, but the Ardio pick.
Ardio, right. It is smart to not commit too hard to the double Hunter. Rival actually first picking Osiris because they know that NRG will only pick one Hunter. So I'm guessing they should pick up the other one.
Oh, please give us Isis.
I would love to see this.
This would not surprise me either, and that is Wolfie all the way, no doubt in my mind. He's going to be picking up that Isis. Rival, again, they have always loved these heavy utility compositions, and Isis is perfect for this.
Odin with Isis together, their ult is going to be destructive.
That is a very good combination if Odin does not fall behind in the early game. Circuit is a great choice here. Hard counter to Isis. Early game pressure can be good against the Odin as well. Now, after you Circuit matching him against Osiris Odin, I think Osiris Odin win that pretty strongly, though.
They should definitely have the clear, at least for the mid lane, sorted away. But Osiris Odin as well, he shouldn't have any difficulties. I would like to see a Hu Yi ban from NRG, considering it's a strong pick right now, particularly for Rival's composition.
But wouldn't they just pick Hachiman?
There is a Hachiman possibility, but it's just the AoE ultimate and the fact that Vo is pretty proficient on that Hu Yi that would possibly make him a top selection for Rival right now.
We got a Ged ban coming out as well as a Cabrakan ban. Cabrakan just so good at chasing down, stunning enemies, and killing them in the solo lane.
Yeah, Cabrakan is a really solid character overall. Given that Artio's blocked in here already, I'm a ton a bit confused seeing the Artio mostly going to be in the solo lane for Maniac.
Jungle then? But Circuit jungle.
But actually, no, it's going to be Circuit jungle regardless, I feel like.
It could potentially be the Circuit support, although I would have to anticipate it being Circuit jungle simply because Adapting probably wants to have that heavy mobility to track down and really lock down the Isis, not really allow her to get online.
Wow, AMC ban this far out in the game.
To be expected, but yeah, he made it fairly far down the draft, and actually seeing how we have already 3 characters locked in from both teams, the drafts are fairly open. It actually surprises me.
And these drafts so far, even though they've only picked 3 characters each, is phenomenal.
Yeah, they go by, I'm pretty sure both teams have exactly what they want, and I feel like both are confident going into this so far.
yeah, these next 2 picks is really what's going to make or break these comps.
Ganesha is really smart. His 3 allows him to dash through the Odin cage. So even though he doesn't have a leap, his dash does go through player-made obstacles. So he should be safe in that regard. Honor hovered here.
Oh my god, is this 2014? I'm so confused right now.
This is a throwback now. I'm getting thrown for a loop here. Honor, we haven't seen him for a long, long while.
I think we saw him once yesterday, just once. Oh, no way.
Oh, yeah, we have. Yeah, Kamira played him.
Please give us Ares. It is actually going to be, yes! Look at this pump, Ares on her Odin Isis, and I think Osiris is like the oldest god there.
This is pure
the newest
pick selection from Rival right now. There could be a possibility of the Chronos getting thrown back for NRG, and they're going to go for it.
That throwback energy, I hope they have the Chronos energy skin unlocked on that account.
They sure will. They made sure that Chronos energy is available on these LAN clients. It's been their dearest wish, and I'm pretty sure they will whip it out here.
Man.
Both team comps are looking really hyped to me. Rivals is working insanely well in team fights. They will lack a bit. They have to get into the game. They need the pressure.
For me, it's just that Rivals comp looks a little bit easier to execute, but NRG also has the talent on their team in general. All these guys are so crazy good. I can see NRG executing their comp.
Man, I'm excited. I know the audience is excited. And you know what? I'm not even going to do predictions because I wanted to see what happens. Guys, let's go to game number 1 of Rival versus NRG.
Thanks a lot, Kelly. NRG versus Rival. You know, a lot of us were talking. This is the match. Finals tomorrow, but today, this is the one that's really going to set just the pace of everything that we're seeing.
Absolutely. This is the rematch here of the Spring Gauntlet, the Spring Masters as well, where Rival actually toppled over the world defending champions 2-time, actually. So a lot to be said here in this little rematch.
Exactly, and as far as the storyline is concerned for this weekend, NRG coming in nice and hot, fantastic stuff that we saw yesterday. Rival, on the other hand, might not be as strong, I think, as their fans might have anticipated.
Sure, their match against Nocturnes, they struggled a little bit in game number 2, but they managed to come back. Yeah. NRG looked as strong as they did last year here on this world stage. Look at what Rival's trying to do here, trying to catch out Emo.
He misses it.
Not on the mark.
All right damage-wise. Had Collins hit all 3 chains. Very scary stuff. Wolfie stunned out, a little bit scary here. A lot of action early on.
And that's not something we've been seeing a lot throughout this tournament. A lot of teams have been more reserved, wanting to try to get the edge in terms of pushing power, then looking for the invades. No hesitation between these 2 teams wanting to start off bright and early.
Well, everybody's feeling really comfortable. Ice stunned out, walks away. Everybody's feeling really comfortable. We heard the devs talk about, Dimmy mentioned, you know, both teams got exactly what they want. Ice loves this Odin, Wolfie's signature Isis, etc. Across the way, pretty much the same thing.
That's right. Yaman can play any sort of 100 that he wants in the mid lane. First picking it for NRG, and then last picking Emelito's Chronos, that signature energy skin that was basically made after him. And that's something that we should really be looking for towards the mid to late game.
Absolutely. Both of these teams are going to be a little bit stronger, I think. Well, actually, let me scratch that. NRG is definitely looking towards the late game. Rival, however, they're kind of mid-game monsters here. Wolfie, Vote, Ice, all of these guys really going to look for those 15-minute gold furies and really try to fight.
They have great objective control with that circle of protection. They have the good damage burst-wise between Isis, Ares. Great control with the cripple as well. Callus, though, left in a little awkward positions, forced to retreat. And I think these team fights could favor Rival. If they're grouped up, they take advantage of the wards.
Nice poke coming out from Emelito over there in the dual lane. And a little bit, again, a little bit of aggression from NRG as you see Raffer sticking around, looking to at least keep enemies on their toes. Raffer gets to dash, Vote in trouble, but a beautiful chain coming out from Collins.
This whole idea from NRG is to delay the clear from Rival in the duo lane there. That was the idea behind knocking up Vote, silencing him after the fact, despite knowing that there's going to be a little bit of damage returned onto Raffer. Look how long it's taken Rival to clear this wave. Meanwhile, already back into bases. Raffer now looking to make this rotation in mid while adapting, and Yaman is looking to cut off Wolfie.
Wolfie gets taunted, Zigzag is good. He just saves him for the moment. Body block is strong, hail of arrows, Wolfie, beautiful stay. He's all
Oh, yeah, I mean, no cooldowns, no first blood for NRG, having to reset, but still, despite not finding the kill, Wolfie's forced to retreat. He's going to back to base. He's going to lose a little bit of farm.
But adapting also forced him back to base. And that right there, that's why I love watching Isis. A strong Isis player can get out of almost any scenario. 180 Spirit Ball, walk away. Wolfie, he's been playing this character for a long time. Right there shows us how.
An interesting talking point is the swift wing pickup by Raffer on his first back. The aggression from the dual lane allows him now to start rotating any which way he wants. Getting that extra movement speed means that this Ganesh is going to be an absolute nuisance in all 3 lanes.
You know, I've really liked the swift wing pickup from Raffer. We've seen this time and time again in his support role, and really it offers, everybody knows the zoom out the base, but it also offers you some health and sustain. Right side adapting, thinking about it. Deathwalker has the ultimate available, so we'll be able to get away no problem. So adapting just thinks better and walks away.
It's very tricky trying to gank a solo laner, especially as tanky as an Osiris. You stack up that passive, use an ability to get 2% physical damage mitigation, even with adapting, having last breath on Circuit. That's basically a tank killer. Once the Osiris walks away, you're not gonna be able to really catch him after that ult.
Maniac on this RDO, we've seen him a couple of times. He was actually one of the first players to bring out the RDO. Damage is strong, Deathwalker getting the stun, but here comes adapting. Taunt's good, one more time, the zigzag. Inside, Callus shows up out of nowhere. First blood goes to NRG.
Callus trying to clean up, can't find that third chain, unfortunately for him. And we were talking about how difficult it was to kill Deathwalker, but that was made easier because he used Lord of the Afterlife offensively, not being able to escape under his tier 1 tower. NRG with that first blood.
And it's all about the communication. Remember, just a moment ago, I said adapting was here, looking for Deathwalker, but he had the ultimate, so he'd be able to get away. As soon as DW burns that ultimate offensively, as you mentioned, NRG says, look, he used the ultimate, adapting comes back. Got to keep talking if you want to find the wins.
And the unfortunate timing also to be that aggressive, speed buff was still coming back up for NRG. This needs to be in the back of your mind as a solo laner. So that play originally from Deathwalker was a bait because Callus was going to be right around the corner with his blink, but same idea from Maniac. He knew adapting was right around the corner for himself as well.
And that's why teamwork makes the dream work. That's Taco's, not mine, so if you don't like it, blame her. Either way, NRG does find the first blood, and pretty much that's the entirety of their lead. They do have an extra 100 gold here or there, but Team Rival is really staying neck and neck as far as their jungle prioritization.
As long as they keep up in the levels, it's not the end of the world. Deathwalker's still on the same pacing as Maniac. Looking at Vote, just now hitting level 8 means that he's slightly above ML here, playing that Chronos. He has to be a little bit passive towards the early game, and Chronos is waiting for a lot of those damage items before he looks to be offensive.
Whereas Vote's quite the opposite. On the on-her, he wants to fight early, he wants to fight often, jump, impale, ultimate, a whole bunch of bursts there, able to burst through Emilito's, even his own ult.
Especially with a 75-second cooldown on that Desert Fury. You can use it to escape, you can use it to engage. NRG grouping up in mid, not wanting to pressure against Wolfie or Callus. And I like what Wolfie's doing with his build. Level 1, opts for the Aegis Amulet, recognizing that the damage from adapting needs to be negated, and that'll build up the circle of protection before popping it.
Callus finds the ult, Maniac ulted on top, trying to get away, can't, there's the dash, Callus answers back, Team Rival on the board.
This is why Callus picks the Ares and goes Blink on top of it. There's no CC immunity for RDO. Even going for the Phantom, more worried about the Odin on Ice Ice Baby, and that's why Callus has been making these early rotations.
Oh, Vote's going to immune the stun with the ultimate, looking for Emilito, but Raffer shows up as well. Stuck in the box, jumps on out. Safe.
Beautiful patience by Vote, not using the purification beats. He recognizes that the stun from Emil was negated by the Desert Fury, giving him that CC immunity originally, and then just waited long enough. The level 8 Chronos, not enough damage with the in-hands and the time rift to find the kill quite yet.
Emilito trying to throw everything at Vote, but just a little bit too squirrely. It is the Hunter for Team Rival, so not going to take too much damage there just yet. Vote will head back into the jungle.
But where adapting and NRG are, they're grouping up very aggressively here. They want to invade the red buff of Rival. We're trying to see here as Vote stunning one.
Oh, he jumps away very close. There's going to be help on Ice Baby. Adapting very low. Palace with the flames, the jump.
The shell is good. Shell is beautifully played there. Raffer able to save his jungler's life for the moment. A nice little idea for NRG to try to steal the red buff, but Rival are one step ahead. They know the tendencies of their opponents.
Now, pretty sure it's a mistake. Kalis winds up with the red buff. But one thing that I do like about it, look at the boots. So when it comes to different supports, everybody does something different. Kepri plays backline and looks to help, right? Kalis, he's looking to lower the kill threshold. He's going to CC by way of damage. And when you go those penetration boots early, Kalis is able to really amplify that. And that's why we see so much damage on NRG when they look for that invade, and possibly why Kalis is able to secure it.
Well, this is why you pick Ares in the first place, to get the damage off. High risk, high reward, but hold that thought.
This is theirs.
NRG are left alone. Nobody from Rivals
theirs.
Here.
No vision.
Free.
Cost of that. No objective.
Wow.
NRG, clean and clear.
Very important objective. Adapt and go, caught alone. Bees is being used. Ice Baby gonna miss that jump. And very important idea, they'll burn the bees, go back in about 2 minutes time.
Man, a lot of these engagements have been very 3 people on it, on Maniac, you know, 3 Gold Fury. Where's the action? Where's the back and forth?
I thought there would be more pressure onto Maniac. They found the kill earlier on him, and they attempted that before the rotation from adapting happened first. But this time around, they're shifting their attention towards adapting. They recognize that he is the playmaker in the early to mid game for NRG, and they really want to shut him down early. If they can force him to even back or even play more passive because he has those beats on cooldowns, then Rival has more breathing room.
Adapting, though, not exactly the most passive of players, I would say.
I agree with you, but without beads, I don't think he's going to be diving any backlines anytime soon.
Very true. I mean, Ares is the guy that makes you buy all the beads. Interesting, we actually see Maniac has to go into the Phantom because of Ice's selection.
Yep.
So he will not have those beads available.
I wouldn't be surprised, though, if at level 12 that Maniac picks up those beads, recognizing that he could still easily be the focus point, that Kalis has the blink, can easily look for these engages. And you were talking about the itemization of Kalis. Leaning on his build a little bit more, the penetration is so solid here, even having this aura for the extra magical damage. Trying to find more snowballs with more damage off of this Ares pick is the best thing that Rival can do here.
So right now, Tully, I mentioned that Team Rival probably want to get things going a little bit earlier than NRG here. How much earlier? When do we see them jump in?
Any moment here, wherever Kalis goes, that's where the action is, and that's what's happening in the solo lane. Maniac caught in a 3-on-1, nowhere to go. Phantom doesn't even matter. Easy kill, Kalis with a 2nd kill of the game.
Just on top of everything here. Kalis looking so clean on this Ares, but again, no surprise. We're totally used to seeing Team Rival, specifically Kalis, bring out the chains.
And whatever happens in the solo lane, the opposite side reaction, NRG trying to catch Vote off guard, but he's been through too much to let that happen for free. Left side mid Harpies going Rival's way. So Vote's going to clear out this left side wave, and this is what Rival needs to continue to do. Lean on Maniac. You have this Ares pick that cripples him, so once the transformation happens to bear form, you're not going to be able to dash away.
And that was the entire plan of Team Rival here. Everybody likes to complain sort of about Artio and what she does, but Team Rival's whole composition is fantastic at shutting it down. Wolfie has a stun and a silence to stop her mid-dash. Ice Baby is literally going to trap her, and then Kalis can also prevent her from really getting away by way of his own cripple. So Team Rival really armed to the teeth to deal with what NRG brings.
And NRG drafted this Artio pretty early on, immediately after the Uller, so this could be a prioritization pick for them in the games 2 and 3 potentially, unless it kind of struggles here in the first game. Rival really still looking for more plays. Look where Kalis is. His blink is up in about 8 seconds, but he's just looking for some poke first.
Well, he lands both chains, stunned out, still finds a 3rd. Half HP on him, takes more damage actually than he deals.
Because Kalis has been constantly leaning in the solo lane, now Raffer is forced to make the rotation on the right. Ice Baby was thinking about making it happen here, but recognizing that Vote's in trouble, he needs to go to the left.
Oh, but the jump is going to be canceled. There's the ultimate. This is a dead on her unless Wolfie has anything to say about it. Amelito shows up. Wolfie absolutely does. Vote safe.
Uh-oh, Ice Babe. Oh, he could have done it. He does. He blinked ultis. He's buying time for his teammates. Wolfie uses the beats. Cal is going in. Gets one chain, forcing out the Aegis. Emo is going to fall.
The beautiful turnaround. Fantastic stuff from Team Rival. Just wonderful team communication. They burn NRG's ultimates, specifically Emel's, and they collapse, shut down the mage. Shout out to the Doom Orb.
Boat bought so much time there with his Aegis. He dodged the abilities from Emil as well. And then once that on her pillar happened, the slow was too much for Emil to escape. He was forced to use an ulti prematurely. And then Ice Baby was right around the corner. The mindset from Rival between these two blinks on both Ice and Cal's just goes to show how aggressive they want to be throughout the entirety of this game.
And like and that's what you expect, especially early. Can't drill that home enough.
Look at this trap onto Emilito here. There's no cooldowns.
Surprise!
He's dead. He's absolutely dead.
Grabbed, nabbed, and he's out of there. Vote number 4.
Rival are just one step ahead of NRG. They know the cooldowns of the ultimate, the relics. They abuse it every single time. 2 deaths on Maniac, 2 deaths on Emil. The side lanes from NRG are struggling, and NRG are thriving.
You know, this is the opposite of what I expected. I'm so surprised here. NRG came in like a bat out of hell. Camazotz yesterday and looked so hot. Team Rival, on the other hand, kind of looked like they forgot their notebook at home. But today, no complaints, no complaints. Purple looks good.
Well, NRG, they got the first Gold Fury earlier. They're trying to go for it again, but I think that Rival are here to stop it. They got baited out a little bit. Callus left alone.
Oh, he got trapped that time.
He
Stuck
did.
in the box, nowhere to go. NRG finds number 2, but kill number 2 is all well and good. Gold Fury number 2, Rival need to absolutely make sure NRG do not grab that.
And we're going to be seeing the fact that he sacrificed his life, that NRG is not able to do that second Gold Fury. That's very important to sacrifice your support at any given opportunity. But now, without adapting his ultimate, without Rappers, Dharmic Pillars, that's going to allow Rival to farm it up for a little bit longer, because I don't think NRG are going to look to play aggressive here.
Hey, here's NRG playing Rival's game. Finds a little surprise around the corner. Vote, however, takes the 1v2, and, well, Hurts adapting an Emilito.
It's because of all these vision wards around the Gold Fury side that NRG can spot out the rotation between the mid lane to the long lane. Rival knew that they were going to be left alone on the left, and NRG taking advantage of it slightly by poking out Vote.
4 separate wards here by the Gold Fury, plus the vision that you're going to be able to get by way of the oracles, or bananas, as Emil loves to call them. You know, Emil has a lot of words for things in the game. Purple buff is pink buff.
And that's just the synergy that happens with teams. When you've been together for so long, you make little nicknames and little funny things for these characters.
I think it's just Emilito and his own idiosyncrasies, but either way, still fun stuff. And like you said, I mean, the team's able to have fun with it. That's why NRG's been so successful. And you know, it's fun. This season has been different for NRG. The first season that they win their world championship, they look great, unstoppable. The next season, also very strong. But this has been a little bit different. NRG struggled during the regular season.
But that's just the online portion of it. NRG is just an absolute beast when it comes to LAN. Last year, they went on a 17-1 LAN winning streak before entering SWC. Here, they went on a 5-0 streak at group play, going undefeated against a lot of these teams. And this is just looking like another beast here after they 2-0'd Luminosity also almost effortlessly.
I won't say effortlessly. I won't say effortlessly. That was game 2. Game 1, that was a little rough.
It took a little bit. It took about 20 minutes before they found their stride.
You know how many LG fans are out there, Charlie? You really gonna do this one?
They know where I live.
16 minutes in here, Team Rival up 4-2. The gold, however, in favor of NRG, just by 1,000. Very close here. It's been neck and neck pretty much the entirety of the match.
Both soul laners just hitting each other with pillows. Not much to talk about there, but on a more serious note here, the Isis, Wolfie, playing a more utility style with his build. The Stone of Binding that was shown here as his 3rd item is not your typical mid-mage item choice, but because of the silence, because of the stun, you're getting more damage from the rest of your teammates, which also allows Callus to get off more damage with his chains and flames.
Exactly, that's the key there, is that Wolfie's able to proc this 2 separate ways. And the Spirit Ball is also just going to do hard damage anyway. Vote has his relics forced out, jumped away, stuck in the ring, and adapting his king. One more kill.
Ice Baby got spread a little bit, but not wanting to chase that down. Emil was still clearing the wave, but because of this one kill and getting Ice that low, it's now a 5-on-3 for a little bit. And if NRG really want to, they can truly collapse on this Gold Fury and force Rival out of position.
I mean, I don't know if Rival can really do anything in position, out of position. There's the dominant kill again.
That's all it takes. It's just finding that 1.5 kills, getting their second Gold Fury of the game, despite Rival getting the better end of it on the kill scoreboard. That doesn't matter if NRG is just going to secure every single Gold Fury.
I mean, that experience is so important. NRG understanding just exactly how much time each kill buys you. It's easy to press tab and look and see how long the player is going to sit out, but what does that kill mean as far as rotations? What does that kill mean as far as the rest of the squad? NRG have that down to a science.
Rival trying to respond in kind, taking advantage of this half-health tier 1 tower, and NRG were all caught in kind of a limbo mode there after the Gold Fury. Some people back, some people were getting their back harpies. Emil was still pushing the left side wave, giving up 500 gold, not the end of the world for NRG, but that mid-tier 1 positioning, if there ever needed to be an escape path, that's not available for them anymore.
You know, I bring that up frequently. Portal Demon started here by the guys on Team Rival. Maniac to show up. Kalas here as well, pulling Raphael in there, half HP, help out from Wolfie with the ultimate. Now still support in trouble, walking away left-hand side. Right side, Deathwalker is going to be stunned out. Vote, trouble on the back end. Adapting. As the ultimate from Adapting will touch him.
Adapting still flanking around the corner. Everyone from Rival is on the retreat. Dharmic Pillars is being even used. Deathwalker forced to use that Lord of the Afterlife defensively. Only Vote with his ultimate available from Rival, but they're still looking to play aggressive because Rapper is a little low as well.
I didn't expect the full commit. Now NRG have the ultimate from Emilito, and that's it. Maniac. Chasing down Kalas here is Maniac, and it's going to be Ice jumping defensively.
Emil, he's going in by himself. He's very aggressive. He uses the rewind, recognizing that he's going to be safe next to that Fire Giant. No kills on either side, but not that much mana on Wolfie, so he's essentially useless. He's going to have to back to the fountain. NRG probably will secure this Portal Demon.
I mean, completely disjointed team fight from both sides, honestly. Nobody really could get anything going. You saw Rapper sort of drop the pillars, maybe a little bit early even, but again, it doesn't matter if nobody wins the team fight. NRG certainly win the situation by taking the portal.
It was just a tug-of-war battle for a little small objective on the right side of the map, and Rival, they tried to pull first by actually no escaping Raffer, trying to get off the damage, using Wolfie's ultimate on top. That was a big commitment onto the enemy support that's now already level 14, has Pestilence, has the Sovereignty, so he's pretty tanky here.
Don't forget also the relics available. You know, he had that shell, and they're able to get out of the ring. Exactly. I think it was the wrong target for Rival to really look at. Right now, struggling just a little bit, down by about 4,000 gold. Next engagement, Rival have to fix that target prioritization.
And now, also, because of this, Rival needs to just be worried about the rotations from NRG. They're kind of controlling the map with this Portal Demon for a little bit, without having many wards around the Fire Giant. Neither team going to want to pull the trigger there, so it's still a slow and steady battle, waiting for this Gold Fury to respawn in about 2 minutes' time.
Emilito on this Chronos has been so impressive throughout the years. Ice Baby jumping away, no surprise there, Kenneth. Walk away, not going to get us there. But Emil tossing out damage in the mid lane, coming here in right time, because the basic attack damage that he's able to bring combined with Yaman's make it such a scary scenario. Your towers just melt.
These next 5 minutes is going to be do or die for Rival. If they don't make something happen here, NRG's late game is just going to carry them.
And so what do they do in these next 5 minutes?
They just have to group up and find the right targets. They try to kind of blow everything at Raffer, but that might not be the ideal target here. Beads is picked up from Maniac, so going on him is a little tricky as well. So they just need to be grouped up, maybe finding some damage onto Raffer or Maniac without using these ultimates, right? Use your long-range Isis Spirit Ball stun, get that Stone of Binding proc, get the chains off from Kalas, trying to make sure that he can't get away, and then you look for the reset. Don't try to use all your ultimates at the beginning of the fight.
Well, we're talking about sort of the future plans for Team Rival, but I spent the whole early game saying expect Rival to turn up nice and quick. What happened? Ice Ice Baby is 0-2. We didn't get that hot Odin start that we're used to seeing. Wolfie wasn't able to super pressure out. All of the objectives went to NRG, the low pressure squad. So why?
It's just Rival trying to make too much happen on the side lanes with the kills. We saw 2 kills onto Maniac, 2 kills onto Emil, but they never could find the objective in between these kills. The Gold Furies were constantly going the way of NRG. Rival, they did their homeworks in terms of the aggression, the finding the kills, and all that stuff. But like you said, they didn't get the stuff after the stuff.
Did I say that?
You say it all the time.
Yeah, well, listen, you're trying to force the situation here. NRG looking to force this team fight right-hand side. Raffer dropping the box, adapting left side, looking at Wolfie. That is target prioritization. Vote's trying to help him out, and I love how Wolfie is holding the ult.
Beautiful stun onto Raffer as well, forced to disengage a little bit as Rifle on the backside is adapting, trying to find the flank and the opportunities. Deathwalker's chasing out Yemen on the north side. Raffer a little bit low, forced to escape on the left. A little bit of stun off the mark by Emil. Maniac though, he's thinking about how to continue this engage.
Oh, the stun from Maniac, but keep an eye on Vote. He's staying separate, making sure that his ultimate goes right down the middle.
Beautiful pull.
Raffer pulled, Raffer gone.
Maniac goes!
Baby, Vote follows up. That's gonna be
Yemen, he's trying to escape, now being chased. Third dead NRG member. Rival, this was the 5-minute mark that they needed right there. They waited long enough. Callus held onto his ultimate long enough to find 2 members. Finding Raffer, finding Maniac, the 2 tanks are gone, and then who's to follow? It's gonna be Yemen.
Emilito is gonna get jumped on, collapse. Nice ult. Will he be able to take one with him is the question. The answer, yes.
Adapting is left alone to just watch as Rival are trying to go for this Fire Giant. His ultimate is coming up relatively soon. Fire Giant at less than half health. Callus doing a good job zoning, adapting, but he has speed buff. He's very slippery.
He's gonna come in, jumps good. There's 1 crit, finds the ultimate auto player, but adapting can't find much else. Fire Giant. That's it. Right.
This is Rival's game now. They got Fire Giant. Now what can they do with this Fire Giant? Keep in mind, the late game is still a big priority threat. If NRG can hold on to their tier 2 towers, they don't let this gold lead stretch too far out of control, then they can still stall the game out. Emil playing his signature Chronos is the serious threat here.
This is the most Team Rival nonsense I've ever seen. They pick an early game, objective, secure composition, and lose all the Gold Furies in the world in the first 20 minutes. And then against a squad with an Uller and a Chronos and an RDO, once those characters are online, beat everybody up and take a Fire Giant. Totally, that's not the way it's supposed to go.
I mean, just look what happened in terms of that team fight, right? Wolfie held on to his circle of protection.
That was so important.
Long enough to allow the last breath to fade away, got some health return back. You mitigated a lot of damage with the protections as well, and then Callus just sealed the deal with a beautiful double pull.
I mean, so we talk, Isis is a character that, and I spent a lot of time talking to actually Kelly on the desk about this. Isis, I think, is an underrated character in the meta, period, but she's also very difficult to play. And even when you're able to play her at a high level, the fine intricacies of things like holding on to your ult, finding those stuns. Don't forget, Wolfie avoided that first blood by a hot 180 Spirit Ball. Yep. I love to watch this dude play. You know who he reminds me of?
Who?
Sayo.
Oh yeah, actually, that was his preferred go-to god. Rival though, grouped up in the left side. Phoenix is going down to half health here. 4 members now make that 5 from NRG, are trying to hold on a little bit longer, but still with Fire Giant buff around their waist for another 2 minutes, Rival can keep going for 4 more waves here.
And adapting, looking to play flank man. Rivals see it, they're gonna back off and look for the towers.
That's right.
Instead. Just go for the safe play.
Better to play it safe than sorry here in this game 1 out of a best of 5 in the semifinals of HRX day number 4. The winner here is going to face off the winner of E United versus Obey Alliance. A lot is on the line for both of these teams. NRG wanting to get their 3-peat. Rival have looked so good throughout this whole year, and momentum has been definitely their friend.
NRG decided to play under the tier 2 tower instead of the Phoenix, and I like this play. They can absolutely fight into this Fire Giant. They had the gold lead previously, so even with a 2,000 gold deficit in a Fire Giant, NRG can fight. Emilito is strong. They can take it. They can't defend the tower. but they don't die.
Callus though, trying to find a pull, getting Rapper. The stun coming out from Wolfie. Rapper's still in a tricky position. A lot of chains coming out from Callus. A lot of retreat also though from adapting on the right side of the map. Trying to look for additional flank here. His ultimate is still available. Yaman was very low. He's forced to retreat, but look at this Fire Giant buff that's still available for 1 minute. They got 2 tier 2 towers. They're getting themselves a 3,000 goal lead, and that's relatively comfortable for Rival here.
One thing that I think is absolutely paramount for these team fights is the positioning coming out from Team Rival's Hunter. Vote, oh my goodness. If you're a Hunter player, just watch this VOD. Vote is standing sort of to the right of his team fight the entire time. Even when Maniac came through and got an entire team stun over here by the speed buff about 10 minutes ago, Vote was all the way on the outside, not being hit by any of it.
He was standing on the right side because of that sentry ward right next to that tier 2 mid tower. All he has to do is just hold left click at the tower and then keep his eyes on the mini-map if adapting was trying to find that flank. And that just enabled Rival to get this tier 2 tower. It was a little bit of a struggle, no kills for either side, but Rival are now getting more objectives.
That separation that Vote is causing, that separation that Vote is employing is important. He's never going to get kissed by adapting. He's never going to get locked in by Rapper. He's never going to be controlled because you want to go for the squad. You want to go for the group. And if Vote is always separated, well, pick one. And Vote's valuable, so, oh well.
All towers stripped from NRG. Rival are doing a good job making the Titan more vulnerable once that final push does happen. Yaman having some time to free farm. Stripping away that red buff is really important considering that Vote definitely wants it here. Going for a very interesting style in his build, recognizing that NRG is going to be very offensive with their front line, goes for the Poison Star, trying to limit some of their movement speed if caught out there, even going for Wind Demon to boost up his own movement speed.
Well, after a half hour of action here in our first match of the day, Team Rival answering back. NRG came out swinging. Rival able to really wrestle away control here in the late game. 4,000 gold up, plus the Fire Giant push that we just saw. And now Fire Giant just now respawning. Rival has better positioning, but NRG will absolutely make this tough.
They're going to go for it despite not having any Phoenixes down. isometric's jumping over so that he can use that ultimate. Rapper can use the dash to go through the first area of the ring, but not the second one.
Team Rival, get it with Wolfie's ultimate.
Yaman is alone!
Jumping over the top, Yaman is low. There's the Collins ult, and they're all going down.
Rapper's in trouble as well. He gets pulled alongside Maniac. They found one. They're about to find a second onto Maniac. They're not done yet. Rapper's going to be the next victim. Vote is so low. The shell is good. Amelito gets off the rewind, but Rival, they walk away clean with 2 picks and the Fire Giant.
Rapper gets blinked on by Ice Ice Baby. The jump is going to be strong. Gun Gear's might will slow down the Elephant Man. Team Rival,
they want it.
Fire Giant.
They will not let this elephant go. Ice Ice Baby says, come back here, Rapper.
That's a dozen, baby. Team Rival, 12 dead. This is a Phoenix.
Yes, this is a guaranteed free Phoenix. ML cannot defend this against 4 members. Rival, they're going to get this one. The question is, do they go for the end right here with Yaman coming up in 5 seconds? It looks like they're going for the end here. If not,
they're thinking about it. They're going.
They want it.
Alpha Jackal is running across the arena.
Backside.
Titan. This is a push. They're going for it.
That's the game.
They took it. Game number 1. Team Rival.
Rival.